Nobody's perfect, including your Oscar man, Michael. In this video, I'm going to talk about actors who received 8 or more nominations, and then pick the performance that perhaps wasn't the best on their impressive resumes. Now, I'll only discuss those who have passed on, so no Glenn, no Denzel, no Meryl. Let's start with one of your all-time favorites who would likely be furious to be a part of this. Bette Davis received 10 Best Actress nominations during her historic career. Her first win for 1935's Dangerous was, as she and everyone else felt, a consolation prize for not being officially nominated the year prior for Of Human Bondage. Davis's second Oscar for 1938's Jezebel could also have been considered a consolation for the actress not getting the coveted role of Scarlett O'Hara in. Now, I'm not suggesting Davis wasn't excellent in Jezebel, so don't go all Margot on me. Here's the complete list of performances for which Bette Davis was nominated. Which would you pick as the one that perhaps didn't show this legend at her best? Do you agree with her about Dangerous? Well, I'm not choosing that one. For me, it's, this.
Can't you get it through your thick skull that I'm broke? Dead, flat, stony broke. See? I've got $3.85 in my purse. Do you want that, Roy?
Margaret didn't mean that, Tracy.
I have given you over $50,000. You must have some of it stashed away. Could I have $200 on account tonight, Roy?
The reason I am choosing 1952's The Star is because the film is pretty bad. Bette Davis did the best she could, but I consider this a major come down from All About Eve. I mean, was this the best she was offered?
You can't talk to us this way. I'll call the manager.
Call the manager. Call the president. Call the fire department. I won't be here. Going back where I belong. I am Margaret Elliott, and I intend to stay Margaret Elliott.
Well,
As washed-up actress Margaret Elliott, Davis took the role because the screenwriters allegedly based the character on another actress with whom they had a falling out. The Star was a critical and commercial failure, and even Davis didn't show up to the Oscar ceremony, realizing she had no chance of winning. Guess who else was nominated that year? Stay tuned for a classic Bette Davis moment at the end of the video. I want to reiterate that most of the performances mentioned in this video are not necessarily ones I think are bad. It's really the films themselves that aren't great. For example, 8-time nominated, 2-time winner Marlon Brando was certainly an enigma. When he was good, he was great. In films like A Streetcar Named Desire, On the Waterfront, and The Godfather. When he wasn't so good, well, here are his nominated performances. Choose the one you think wasn't the best. For me, it's 1952's Viva Zapata, for which Brando received a second of 4 consecutive Best Actor nominations. In the film, Brando played the real-life Emiliano Zapata, the leader of the Mexican Revolution.
You must be patient.
With your permission, my president, we make our tortillas out of corn, not patience. And patience will not cross an armed and guarded fence. To do as you suggest, to verify those boundaries.
Looking at this through contemporary eyes, Brando's overly made-up face and accent border on parody. Straight up, I think he was miscast. So did Brando's co-star Anthony Quinn, who won his first Oscar for playing the brother Eufemio.
What are you? I'm a man, not a freak like my brother. Get out! Look, I fought as long and as hard as you did. Every day you fought, I fought.
Though the two actors became friends while working on the film, Quinn believed he was more suitable for the lead role because of his native ancestry to Mexico. Viva Zapata earned 5 Oscar nominations, but received mixed reviews and only broke even at the box office. Paul Newman has a unique distinction in this video, and you will soon know why. Nominated 9 times as an actor and 1 more for producing Rachel Rachel, Just take a look at the list of Newman's performances to see how many times he deserved to win an Oscar. So, why is he unique? Because it's the performance for which he won his only Academy Award that is, at least for me, the weakest. 1986's The Color of Money isn't terrible, it's more a matter of why.
Hey, look, if you got an area of excellence, you're good at something, you're the best at something, anything, then rich can be arranged. I mean, rich can come fairly easy.
Really?
You got some other area of excellence beside this stalker?
Handball? Right?
There's some piece of work.
Newman initiated the follow-up to The Hustler by asking Martin Scorsese if he was interested in directing, an assignment he accepted. Paul Newman was fine reprising his role as Fast Eddie Nelson, but I don't think the film was necessary.
You used us! You used me!
Yes, I did. But you're in Atlantic City now with the big boys. You're not back there in the stockroom playing around with baby dolls. Think about it. It's a wash. About all that other stuff, I don't take much pride in that. It's even, but it ain't settled. Let's settle it.
More importantly, of all the truly great performances for which Paul Newman received an Oscar nomination, it's somewhat disappointing that the Academy bestowed upon him a career, makeup, consolation, sentimental, whatever you want to call it, Oscar for this film. Even Newman didn't show up to accept his award, perhaps thinking he already gave his acceptance speech the year prior when receiving an honorary Oscar. The only deceased actor in this video who received 8 or more nominations but did not win is Peter O'Toole. He did accept an honorary Oscar given to him in 2003. But how about these accomplishments, all for the lead actor category? Is there a clunker on the list? Not really, but I had to pick one, and it's 1980's The Stunt Man. The film was somewhat of a mess, having to sit on the shelf for 2 years after it was completed because it couldn't find a distributor. As movie director Eli Cross, Peter O'Toole made the most of this less than perfect film, which was rejected by Columbia Pictures.
The bridge, Eli.
All the divers found in the car was the fucking camera.
Bert?
No, Bert. All gone. They're diving downstream, searching the riverbanks. What? Don't say anything to anyone for a while.
Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ.
After the completed project received favorable attention from a handful of theaters that dared to book it, 20th Century Fox agreed to distribute The Stunt Man, which received mixed reviews for its sometimes disjointed, muddled narrative.
We need.
We need something, Simon, damn well you know it, something better.
Better? How better?
Something less boring, something crazier.
A dead man's boots, a dropped over his own airfield out of chivalry. That's not crazy enough for you, huh?
They did it in a film called Wings. Even the dummy was born.
Eli.
The Stunt Man has gained cult film status since its initial release. One of the reasons I chose 1980's The Stunt Man is the same for which I'm choosing another performance from that year, and I'll explain why. Jack Lemmon was also an 8-time Oscar nominee, but unlike O'Toole, he won twice, one each for supporting and lead actor. Here is the list of his nominated performances. Not going to wager that many of you would choose Save the Tiger, for which he won Best Actor. But my choice is 1980's Tribute, another of Jack Lemmon's little-seen films. Based on the play for which Lemmon received a Tony nomination, Tribute is a slow, downbeat story of a dying man's efforts to make amends with his estranged son, played by Robbie Benson.
How I felt, okay, look, let's just say that I'm not the father that you always wanted, all right? Has it occurred to you that you are not the son that I always wanted?
We know that Jack Lemmon sometimes had a propensity to play over the top, and many times it was very effective.
You know, we always did
kid around a lot, but I would like to ask one serious question. Who's his father? The Japanese gardener? You realize that there's not one damn thing about me that's anything like him? It was the pool man, the one with the tight jeans and the tattoo.
Overall, this is the kind of performance you expect from Jack Lemmon. But here's the beef I really have with this nomination, as well as O'Toole's. Both of these actors took away a spot that should have gone to Donald Sutherland in Ordinary People, a much more deserving Best Actor nominee for 1980. 12 Oscar nominations and a record-breaking 4 wins, all for lead actress. Of course, it's Katherine Hepburn. First, take a look at these performances and think about which one is your least favorite. Now for mine. While I never thought Hepburn should have won for 1967's Guess Who's Coming to Dinner, I thought her performance had some merit. Instead, I'll go over why I think 1955's Summertime isn't the strongest performance on her Oscar resume.
Do you know Cinzano?
Do you know bourbon?
Oh, yes.
I smuggled it in. It's very good whiskey.
You want some ice?
No, thank you. I'm determined to learn to drink without it.
You're very willing.
Completely. Half Italian, half American.
The role of middle-aged unmarried Jane Hudson was tailored for Katherine Hepburn because Oscar winner Shirley Booth, the actress who created the role on Broadway in a part specifically written for her, was deemed too old to reprise the character for the film version. As a huge Shirley Booth fan, that alone is enough for me not to offer praise for Hepburn's portrayal. But she's also not entirely believable as a lonely, naive woman who captures the attention of Rossano Brazzi, no less. And just for my own amusement, I'll throw this in too. If given the choice of an Oscar nomination-worthy performance by an actress playing a character named Jane Hudson, this one definitely gets my vote. Katherine Hepburn's lifelong partner and co-star Spencer Tracy received 9 nominations for Best Actor, winning back-to-back Oscars in 1937 and 1938 for Captains Courageous and Boys Town, respectively. Here's the complete list for you to review. Admittedly, adapting a film from the likes of novelist Ernest Hemingway has not always proven successful, and 1958's The Old Man and the Sea is a movie that is not easy to sit through. Shot in a studio rather than on location, the film about a Cuban fisherman's battle with a marlin is filled with long monologues, which Spencer Tracy delivers with sincere conviction.
Come on now. Make another turn. Then eat them. Just smell the sardines. Then there's the tuna. Cold and hard and lovely. Come on, fish. Eat them. Don't be shy.
But the real star of the film is Dmitri Tiomkin's Oscar-winning score, which I think aided Tracy's performance.
Pull, hands. Hold on, legs.
Hemingway expressed his dissatisfaction with the final film, though Tracy, as always, was earnest in his portrayal of a man's existential struggles with perseverance and pride. Sir Lawrence Olivier racked up 11 Oscar nominations throughout his distinguished career, 10 of which were for acting. Review this list and choose which performance you think was, let's say, not his best. For me, it's 1978's The Boys from Brazil. As Nazi hunter Ezra Lieberman, Olivier serves us ham in a performance that I think was nominated because, at that point, well, he was Sir Lawrence Olivier.
But a lonely little boy with a domineering father, a customs officer who was 52 when he was born, and an affectionate, doting mother who was 29. The father died at 65 when the boy was nearly 14.
Olivier was reportedly not well during the production of the movie, and his performance proved to be his final Oscar nomination.
You mean to tell me you call me at 3 o'clock in the morning to tell me Dr. Joseph Mengele is in Paraguay? I know that, Mr. Kohler. So does my sister. So does my landlord and my tailor. And now you know it too. My congratulations.
However, Sir Lawrence Olivier did receive a prolonged ovation when he was awarded an honorary Oscar on that very same evening in 1979. There's an actress who I know many of you will not be happy with being a part of this topic, but before I conclude with her, please accept my appreciation to you for watching this video. In addition to all of the trivia discussed here, I hope you also have as much fun with the Oscars as I do, enjoying their history as well as their occasional head-scratching choices. After the end of the video, will you kindly click on the like button? And if you're not yet a subscriber, join our fantastic community of Oscar nerds whose passion for and knowledge of film always make for engaging conversations, not only about each weekly video, but also in the daily polls, where your votes always count. Sorry, but not even Miss Geraldine Page is exempt here. The legendary actress earned 8 Oscar nominations, 4 for supporting and 4 for lead actress. Though she had to wait until her last nomination to finally win, her versatility is evident as demonstrated in her nominated performances presented here. And though I think 1972's Pete and Tilly had lots of problems, Page was pretty funny in it. However, 1966's You're a Big Boy Now is a whole other matter.
Full and shorter than his left ear. I don't mind the stairs. And a rooster, he said. In the city, that attacks people? Well, not people, only girls. Oh. Girls only? The younger and the prettier, the more he hates them. Claws at their nylon. Is that a fact? I think it's nice. So do I, darling. Oh, why don't you and Rover go in and look around the room? While Mommy and Miss Thing have a little chat.
The film, which was originally writer-director Francis Ford Coppola's UCLA master's thesis, was odd, to say the least, and its story of an awkward young man's journey to find himself predated the following year's The Graduate, but to much less critical and box office success.
Remember my promise? You don't smoke until you're 21. You get a special no-smoking present. Fine. Say goodbye to Rover. He's broken-hearted. Goodbye, dog. Now, don't eat too much. Don't stay out late. Don't go to suspicious places or play cards. And stay away from girls. But most...
As the protagonist's overbearing mother, Geraldine Page's quirkiness was used to ill effect, a waste of an actress who was capable of so much more than what was on the page. Now I want to know which performances you checked off as being not the best from among these actors who received multiple Oscar nominations during their successful careers. I know we are not going to agree on everything, which always makes this more interesting. And until we meet again, here's an Oscar winner reportedly using one of her own statues in a memorable moment from an otherwise forgettable film.
Come on, Oscar. Let you and me get drunk.